57 News at 6.
Tonight, ABC 57 News is already busy tracking the next round of thunderstorms. Good evening, everybody. I'm Marissa Keniston. Let's get right over to ABC 57 meteorologist Jackie Layer, who's in the ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Center. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Marissa. Yes, we are tracking those thunderstorms just out towards our northwest. So let's get right to satellite and radar. Over the past couple of hours, really seen those thunderstorms just pop on up. Now let's take a closer look with our ABC 57 First Warning live Doppler radar and now with Storm Track. So we are seeing the line of very intense thunderstorms right over Chicago right now. This is just a 1 hour loop. So we are seeing it's intensifying right now. We are seeing those warnings pop up. And even if you are along the lake shore right near St. Joseph, I would highly suggest to head on indoors and seek shelter because we are going to be seeing those thunderstorms push into there within the next hour. But we are also seeing some showers right now into Bass Lake, Winnemac. Those are going to be moving on out. Then you're going to be getting hit with those thunderstorms as we head out through the rest of the evening. So I'll take you through a forecast track with the latest timing of this thunderstorm coming up in just a couple of minutes. Marissa?
Tonight, ABC 57 News is following a developing story out of North Liberty. ABC 57's Alexandra Cohen is live in the newsroom for us tonight. We know St. Joseph County Police are still investigating. Alex, what can you tell us?
Marissa, police say the 52-year-old North Liberty man is in serious but stable condition at Memorial Hospital tonight. Police used canine officers to search the surrounding wooded areas as well as the cornfields. However, they didn't come up with any suspects. The owner of this rural home in the 29,000 block of Quincy Road in North Liberty woke up to find a man looking over him in his bedroom around 3 o'clock this morning.
He said that he was surprised by somebody in his bedroom in the middle of the night, and then a struggle ensued, and then somehow the shotgun became involved in the struggle, and a couple of rounds were fired, and then he was struck in the face.
Police say the victim is a 52-year-old North Liberty man who tried to ward off the unwanted visitor with his shotgun when somehow the suspect got a hold of it, shooting him in the face.
Not a whole lot of things going on in that area, so if anybody did actually see anything, any vehicles or hear anything, as far as the gunshots themselves and that type of thing, our investigators would definitely like to talk to them.
Lieutenant Matt Blank says the victim saw the suspect flee the scene, and after searching this rural area, they came up with nothing. The closest homeowner I talked to said it's rare to have a home invasion in this community, but he's not afraid.
It didn't bother me a bit, because the people out here we're all family, you might as well say.
Richard Dill says he's upset because times have changed, and he's shocked that crime is creeping into the North Liberty community.
We took our own guns to school. We had to put them in the principal's office. And when the time would come at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we all went hunting. You know, the older guys. We never had any problems like that.
If you have any information regarding this home invasion, call the St. Joseph County Police Department and stay with ABC 57 News for updates on this developing story. Reporting live in the newsroom, Alexandra Cohen, ABC 57 News.
Well, it may be summer vacation for students across Michiana, but class is still in session for some students. Today was the last day of a workshop put on by faculty in the South Bend School Corporation. The focus was on the young African-American students in our community. ABC 57's Alyssa Marino is live at Riley High School where this two-day workshop took place. Good evening, Alyssa.
Good evening, Marissa. Well, Dr. G. David Moss with the South Bend School Corporation told me today that the goal was to strengthen that relationship between educators and the African-American students in the South Bend School District. And it was also a way to pave the way for a brighter future.
I'm learning to advocate for myself.
Justin Morgan is a sophomore at St. Joe High School. He's here to learn more than just being a better student in the classroom, but also on the field.
I have to be a better team leader for my football team.
Morgan is just one of about 20 kids here today learning how they can flourish in their community instead of getting caught up in the wrong crowd or in violence.
We struggled with our black young men, our African-American students.
Dr. G. David Moss with the South Bend School Corporation says he knows there have been problems with African-American men within the school system, but today is all about changing that.
These young men have got it, and now we have to recognize that and let the community know that we are moving in the right direction.
Dr. Moss says the right direction starts with educators.
We're trying to create an environment where they have great relationships with their teachers, because that will lead to great education.
And the students at today's workshop agree.
It was fun learning stuff from them, and what he was teaching us.
Teaching things like how important it is to pay attention in class.
I'm athletic. I can't sit there for about a whole hour and just sit and listen, so I have to get up and do something. But here they're teaching me that you have to sit there and pay attention to all the class.
At the conclusion of this innovative 2-day workshop, the kids I talked to today say they're going home with a new outlook on how they'll succeed once school picks up again in the fall.
I'm going to be able to focus more and be able to study better and then do better on tests, which is going to get me better grades.
And Dr. Moss also told me that this is just the beginning. They plan to have more workshops like this in the future. Reporting live in South Bend, Alyssa Marino, ABC 57 News.
Well, today, folks in Michiana gathered to support and raise money for a Mishawaka woman hit by a driver late last month. Tiffany Brantley was jogging along Jefferson Boulevard just before 7 o'clock when police say Quinton Burnley crossed the center line and hit Brantley. He's been charged with causing serious bodily injury while operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Today, those in the community gathered for the benefit for Brantley. ABC 57's Rachel Brown was there and will have a full report tonight at 10 and 11. Tonight, a new report is out on where child care costs are the most outrageous. According to the report from the Hamilton Project, in some states, the median single mom might spend over 1/5 of her income on child care. That figure comes close to 30% in Indiana. Single moms are the most economically vulnerable population in the U.S., with the poverty rate at nearly 31%. But the cost of child care is also growing. Prices over the last 20 years have grown by around 60% economy-wide. Well, there's also a new report out on gasoline that's set to hit a 6-year seasonal high. According to the Bloomberg News, gasoline in the United States climbed this week, boosted by a surge in oil. It's now expected to reach the highest level for this time of the year since 2008. The average price is about $3.68 a gallon. The jump is driven by the crisis in Iraq and could boost pump prices by 10 cents a gallon at a time when we normally see the prices drop. Today, ABC 57 checked on those current Michiana gas prices. South Bend is currently paying about $3.80 a gallon. Michigan is paying a little bit more at $3.85. Well, today is the first day of summer, and many of us are happy to see it after the long winter we had. But with that long winter, now it means more mosquitoes. The winter, mild temperatures, and rain has boosted the mosquito breeding cycle this year in West Michigan. The best thing to eliminate mosquitoes is to eliminate standing water. That includes from your children's slides and toys to even those tarps and leaves that can hold water. If things get really bad, you can consider hiring a mosquito sprayer. Well, a new farmers market has opened up in Michiana. Today, ABC 57 stopped by the grand opening of the Granger Farmers Market. It's located in the 12,000 block of State Road 23. The farmers market is independently operated and has locally grown and organic food.
It's really exciting that other people love fresh food as much as we do.
The Granger Farmers Market is open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 7 o'clock and Saturdays from 8 to 2 o'clock. They are looking for additional food producers as well as arts and crafts vendors. Well, right now, the United States is getting ready for the game every team probably wants to avoid. It's not because of who the U.S. will play, but rather where they'll play. The U.S. will face Portugal in Manaus tomorrow night. It's the only game location in the Amazon rainforest, and that means players will face high heat and also have to play in that deep humidity.
Probably similar to Houston, Dallas, Midwest, East Coast in the summer. So hopefully when we get there, it won't be as shocking as it has been to some other teams.
I think the heat's it plays for both teams, so you can just wash that out.
The U.S. will have to do without a player who's out with a hamstring injury. It's a huge loss for the team as Josie Altidore was expected to be the goal scorer. The U.S. will take on Portugal tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on ESPN. Well, tonight, the crisis in Iraq is continuing to heat up. The details on the crisis as attacks continue with a terrorist group strengthening. Plus, a man barely escapes a plane crashing right into the home he was sitting in. The fiery video coming up on ABC 57 News. And flash flooding is causing major problems out west. We'll tell you where the streets and homes looked just like this last night.
And we are tracking some very strong thunderstorms that are going to be making its way into Michiana within the next hour or so. I'll take you through a forecast track with the latest timing in your neighborhood coming up in just a couple of minutes.